Tintin XL 92.5 FM.
All right, today's new drug is a day one of the Masters. We are glad you're with us. Frank Frangie, Hacker Nation, fills in for Hays Carlyon all week long. JJ LaSelva with us. A lot to do today. We're going to say hello to our Duval County Scholar Athlete in just a minute. We're looking forward to that. Lee Smith stops by from the Players Championship, the best golf analyst I've ever been around. He knows it so well. He's going to talk all about that. I got all kind of questions about the Masters, not just this year's event, but the charm and the romance of the Masters and why it is so magical. So we'll certainly do that coming up on the program today as well. So we'll talk some Masters. We'll talk some our Duval County Scholar Athlete. Spring football right around the corner. You ever go to spring games? You a spring game guy?
I said this last night. It was funny you asked. That used to be a big deal for us.
Yeah.
Like when, mid to late 90s, early to mid 2000s even. I mean, the 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon orange and blue game, you see people you haven't seen in a while.
You used to go, right?
Oh, all the time. All the time.
But not anymore.
Not recently. I probably haven't been. Well, I haven't been since I went to Thursday night a couple of years back, and I haven't been to the last couple of Saturday games.
I used to go all the time, too. It's just there's more stuff going on now. There's more, so we travel way more in the fall. Ever since I started Touchdown Radio for all those years and then the Jags for all these years. So it was 7 years of Touchdown Radio and 12 years of the Jags. So it's been 20 years of play-by-play every week in the fall. So I've done less in the off-season than I used to. But it used to be a staple, man. The 80s, early 90s, I love that spring game.
Well, you haven't seen your buddies for their season ticket holders, your friends from November. You had kind of the spring game. You get together. We tailgated. I remember doing that. Over there going into the game, and then Spurrier, when he was there, would do the awards at halftime for the spring. I guess they still do those. Yeah. But it was a lot of fun, but I just haven't been in a couple of years.
I think he kind of started that, didn't he? I think didn't he sort of start that?
To my knowledge, yeah.
Yeah. So that's exactly right. So, So I thought we had we loved the spring game. I'm not going this year, although it is pretty cool that they're going to take a half an hour between halves and honor the basketball team.
It is. That's
awesome.
That is
really, really cool. I think I'm telling you, I told you this the other day, the connection, look, and they won the national championship. There should be a connection, but maybe because it's been so long, for whatever reason, the joy and I'm still on cloud nine as a fan. The fan in me, I'm still in cloud nine. I'm still on cloud nine that they won the national championship, and really against all odds. If you figure all the metrics we've all talked about, the fact the no top 100 recruits, first team time to ever do that, first team to ever do it. They're all transfers. They trailed every game, and it's just the magic between this team and its fan base, me and you among them. I mean, did you see the amount of people during that celebration?
Oh, huge.
It looked like freaking Woodstock, man.
Yeah.
It just went rows and rows and rows, didn't it?
And Monday night on the Gator campus there in Gainesville, the party that was right there in the middle. I bet you I have watched the last minute of that Florida-Houston game. Keep in mind, it happened less than 72 hours ago.
Yeah.
It's nauseating how much I've watched it.
Yeah.
I just keep rewinding it and watching it again, rewinding it and watching it again.
I would tell you how nerdy that is if I hadn't done the exact same thing. and I probably went 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah.
I probably 3 or 4 minutes deep. And because the end of last night I got no life. Guys like us have no life. But last night we went back to the Tech game. I hadn't watched the Texas Tech game since that night. Down 10 with 3 to play.
Mm-hmm. In the words of Frank Frangie, I may or may not have all 6 of the tournament games on the DVR. I probably don't need Norfolk State. That might go pretty soon.
The rest of them.
Might not need Maryland much longer. Those other 4, they're going to be on that DVR for a while.
The beauty now is even if you don't have it on the DVR, you can just go to YouTube and pull up full game, and it's there. So we did. All right, a lot of things to talk about today on the program. Are you a golf fan? I should know this, but are you a big golf fan?
I am a big golf fan for 5 weeks a year. The 4 majors, which obviously the Masters today, and then the Players.
Yeah.
Am I going to sit there and watch the John Deere Classic? I don't know necessarily about that, but I've been locked into Augusta. There's just something about Augusta. I woke up this morning and watched Jack Nicklaus and Gary Player and Tom Watson and their ceremonial tee shots, and I saw Fred Couples do what he did, the Eagle on 14, which was awesome, and it's quite the leaderboard we have right now.
Yeah, and JJ, here's what's interesting. Because we've had so much vacation of late, we weren't able to do a loser Monday for the Masters, okay? You with me? But JJ, here's what I think we're going to do. I'm going to give you Justin Rose, okay? You with me? Is JJ there?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to give you Justin Rose. He's 6 under. I'm going to take Scotty Scheffler. He's 4 under. And listen, Hays isn't here, so I don't think he'd mind us picking for him. He's a big Gator fan, so I'm going to give him Billy Horschel. Billy Horschel's 5 over. Okay, so that's what I think I'm going to do. So, JJ, that'll work, right?
I'm fine with that.
Justin Rose is talking about, I mean, you're talking about, I'm not going to say he's going to break any records right now, but if he keeps this up, a 6-under round, he's got what,
He's through 12.
6 holes left. Yeah,
he's through 12, so we'll see. We'll see what winds up. But we'll talk a lot about it. No surprise, Scotty Scheffler's right there in the mix. No surprise that Rory's right there in the mix. Rory's only through 9 holes, and he's 3 under. Scheffler's done for the day. He shot 68, so we'll certainly talk about a lot of that coming up when Lee Smith gets by here. So I'm looking forward to that. That comes up in just a bit as well. We'll talk. By the way, so Aaron Rodgers did not get announced at the Pat McAfee.
Yeah, I saw that.
Were you surprised?
I was surprised because that was all the rumblings coming in, is that McAfee was going to make this big deal being in Pittsburgh, and it did not come to fruition, at least as of yet.
Well, so McAfee. So I still wasn't sure what this was. McAfee goes to the arena in Pittsburgh, sells out the place. I guess he's from around there because I know he went to West Virginia,
right?
So I assume he's from that area,
probably close to it. Yeah.
So he sells out the. I didn't know. Was it a concert? Was it a comedy thing? So first of all, it starts with Jelly Roll because there's a federal law that Jelly Roll has to be everywhere.
Right.
You know, right? Okay. You walk outside right now and you go down to the Circle K. Jelly Roll will be out front, just saying hello.
I'm a Jelly Roll fan. I like him.
Jelly Roll's everywhere.
Yeah.
You cannot. No matter where you go in your life, you walk into Target tonight, Jelly Roll's gonna be right there. He's everywhere. So it starts out with Jelly Roll because of course it did. And then he brings out Big Ben, right? Mm-hmm. Because he's the Pittsburgh thing. He brings out Skeens. Did you see this?
I did see that, yeah.
But what was it? Just an appearance, I guess, right? And they sold it out.
Yeah, I still don't have 100% clarity on what it was, but I know there was a lot of people in that arena.
Yeah.
So whatever they were trying to do or raise money for, they accomplished that.
Do you see that video, JJ? Any of that stuff?
No, I didn't.
He's just there, just talking.
Probably just did a live show.
Yeah, he did. No, it wasn't a radio show. He just because he was walking around on stage dropping F-bombs and
he had WWE wrestlers there because he's a big part of the WWE now.
Okay, that's a big thing to him. So all right. So we got a lot to talk about today on the program. In just a minute, we're going to introduce you to our Duval County Scholar Athlete of the Week. We're going to do it a little bit earlier today. We're going to do it. Normally we do it in our second segment. We got a lot of stuff today, so we're gonna introduce you to Kyrie. From First Coast High School, a softball player, terrific athlete, and a very good student. She's going to jump in here in just a second as we introduce you to our Duval County Scholar Athlete. Then we're going to talk an awful lot of golf, and I want to get into sort of a lot about the Masters, not just this year's event, but I want to get into a lot about the Masters overall. Comes up in just a bit. So we are going to go ahead and welcome in Kyrie right now. Kyrie, we're going to put you right over here, and say hello to our Duval County Scholar Athlete of the Week. JJ, hit it.
And now, this week's Scholar Athlete of the Week, brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists and the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local Union 234 on 1010XL.
All right, it is time for our Duval County Scholar Athlete of the Week. Kyrie, I want to make sure I get your last name pronounced correctly. Pronounce it for me, please. Kamarsi. So Kyrie Kamarsi is here from First Coast High School. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It is a pleasure to meet you. You play softball. You're on the weightlifting team as well, but I got a hunch softball is your thing. Tell me all about softball at First Coast. How long you've played it?
So my journey with softball has been an incredible journey. I started in elementary school with rec ball, but I decided I wanted to do competitive cheer at River City All-Stars.
Okay.
And I did that for about 8 years. But coming into high school, I just wanted to change. I fell in love with it ever since. And I'm excited to announce that I'm taking it to the college level.
How about that? So what made you did cheer forever?
Yes, sir.
Why did softball kind of take you away from cheer? What happened?
I just wanted to change.
Yeah.
And I kind of missed the bond that I had with some of my teammates. And I ultimately just wanted to change.
Very cool.
Well, I'll tell you this, Kyrie. I'm looking over your high school resume here, and it looks nothing like mine did. I see the National Honor Society. I see 268 community service hours. I mean, how do you manage your time so well, helping out the community, being such a great student, and obviously being a multi-sport athlete? That's really impressive.
I have schedules for myself. I'm currently in dual enrollment, so I'm taking full-time college classes. And I know how to schedule myself and know when to do homework, and when you're at practice, all about practice, and then taking time when you have free time to do community service projects through NHS, through my church, through different community outreach.
Kyrie, what position you play in softball?
I play second for my school ball team, and I play outfield for my travel team.
All right, so tell me all about your plans to do it in college. That's really cool. Tell me all about that.
So I plan to do softball at Wesleyan College for the next 4 years. It's a Division III school. I'm really excited for that journey. It's going to be an incredible one.
Yeah, that's exciting, playing college softball. By the way, she's taking college classes in high school. Heck, you and I weren't that good at college classes in college.
No.
Yeah, so
I'm pretty sure I took college classes in college.
but that's very exciting. Did you think about other schools? Did you think about not playing softball? Tell me through that journey, the process of deciding.
Yes. So originally, I didn't really want to play college softball. But when I started getting towards the end, I realized that I loved this sport and I wanted to be here. And I had other offers from different schools. But what really stood out to me about Wesleyan was it's a Division III school. And with Division III, they really allow you to focus on academics over athletics. And because I'm going into a nursing degree, it's going to be difficult in itself. So being able to be at Wesleyan, I'm able to have that balance of playing softball while also getting a degree in nursing. But I also plan on becoming a nurse anesthetist after college.
Wow, how about that?
Well, not only are you a terrific softball player, I see second in districts in weightlifting as well. So obviously a very accomplished weightlifter.
So I've only been doing weightlifting since my junior year of high school. And I've made incredible goals. I started benching at 90, and I ended up pushing 140 last year.
Wow, that's awesome.
Good for you.
Congratulations. That is
Thank
good.
you.
How'd you choose nursing? Well, why nursing?
So I've always loved helping my mom. She's been a big impact on that. Now she's at FSCJ doing nursing.
Okay.
And helping people has always been my passion. So I think that's just where it came from. I love being kind to others, doing good deeds for others. So.
Well, that's very exciting. So you're going to where's Wesleyan, by the way? I don't know where it is.
In Macon, Georgia.
Okay, so you're going to Wesleyan College in Macon, Georgia, going to play softball there, second base, probably second base, maybe the outfield, right? One of the two?
One of the two.
One of the two, and you're going to pursue a degree in nursing. Well, congratulations. Kyrie Camercy, I'm saying it right? Camercy is going to be our Duval County Scholar Athlete of the Week from First Coast High School. Well, that's great stuff. Congratulations. Great to meet you. Thanks for coming in. All right. Great to meet Kyrie. We're going to take a break. When we come back, Lee Smith's going to stop by. He is the executive director of the Players Championship. We're going to talk Masters and a whole lot more, so stay with us.
The Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
This moment will be the moment of something real and fun and inspiring, and we will do it together. Who's coming with me?
1010XL.
Hi, folks. I'm Frank Frangie. If you have a sweet tooth like me, the sweetest desserts in town come from Spoonful Bakery. Spoonful is an online bakery. They deliver boxes of assorted desserts right to your home or office. They're so good, and they make for great gifts for friends or clients. And if you want custom orders, wedding cakes or birthday cakes, or catered desserts for an event, they are the best. Log on to spoonful-bakery.com or call them at 904-515-4984. That's Spoonful Bakery for the sweetest desserts in town.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
Frank Frangie here for Stanley Pools. If you're dreaming of putting in a pool this year, choosing the right company is the most important decision you'll make. I've trusted Stanley Pools to build my pool, renovate my pool, and maintain my pool. Stanley Pools has been the best in the business since 1988, and they're still family owned. Call them today at 904-269-7277 or find them online at stanleypoolsfl.com. That's Stanley Pools, a family tradition of fine swimming pools.
Out with the old, in with the organized. Mia here for my friends at Closets by Design. Freshen up your home this spring with a custom organization solution. For a limited time, take advantage of our spring special and enjoy exclusive savings on closets, garages, home offices, and more. That's 40% off with an additional 15% off with 12-month special financing through April. Spring on this deal before it's gone. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation with Closets by Design.
A hardworking student athlete deserves recognition.
Catch the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Scholar Athlete of the Week. Brought to you by the Plumbers and Pipefitters Local Union 234. Wednesdays on The Frangie Show.
On 1010XL.
It's time to elevate your game night. Head to Best Bet, your premier destination for poker, card games, and hospitality. With locations in Jacksonville, Orange Park, and St. Augustine, we have a seat ready for you. Whether you're a seasoned poker player or just starting out, we have you covered with poker games of all limits and easy-to-learn games like Ultimate Texas Hold'em. And it's not just poker. With delicious dining, lively bars, and big screen events, there's something for everyone at Best Bet. Visit bestbetjacks.com to learn more. That's bestbetjacks.com and ante up for fun.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? You have questions? Call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700, offices Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
Parents, now is the time to sign your kids up for the best basketball league in the 904. Tommy Houlihan's Summer Beaches Basketball League. Season starts in June, and games will be played in the St. Paul's Gym. Go to TommyHoulihanBasketball.com for all the info.
Storms are part of every season. Make sure you're protected. Call American Electrical to make sure you have the best in surge protection. Don't lose your home electronics to a lightning strike. Call 737-7770 for American Electrical.
Need protection? Call Craig and Christine Kaprosky at Goosehead Insurance. The Kaproskys are a husband-wife team committed to finding you the right coverage at the right price in just a few short minutes. For home, auto, flood, or specialty insurance, Craig and Christine Kaprosky are the answer. Craig.Kaprosky at Goosehead.com.
This is Corona Premier. It's the light beer you didn't know was a light beer. Until right. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Now, Corona Premier, an unexpectedly light beer.
Corona Premier, a light beer with just 90 calories and 2.6 grams of carbs. The premier side of life. For those that are active and on the go, pick some up the next time you're heading out to enjoy the day under the sun. Corona Premier, an unexpectedly light beer.
Bueller, stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey man, what's that noise?
Do you hear it too? You can hear it, right?
Yeah, it's your air conditioner. It's like a grinding or a rattling.
And it's getting on your nerves, right? Like it's eating at your brain and you can't think straight? But it just keeps grinding and squeaking and taunting and nagging. You're not good enough. You're a failure. Why can't you be more like your sister, the lawyer?
Yeah, I don't hear that last part so much.
Yeah, but it's not cool, right, Jason?
It could definitely be cooler. At Bueller Air and Plumbing, we can totally repair whatever that noise is and get your AC working smoothly and silently. We fix these things all the time.
So I won't be a failure?
Life should be enjoyed. If some irritating, broken air conditioner is making you crazy, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Reclaim a pain-free life with Rebound Rehab. If you've been injured or simply feeling the effects of an active life, you can rely on Rebound Rehabilitation to get you back in the game. Sitting on the sidelines isn't any fun. Trust Rebound Rehab's team of trained physical therapists to get you back up to speed and feeling full again. Now more convenient than ever. 11 locations to serve you, including new offices in Riverside across from St. Vincent's, Point Meadows, and Middleburg. Just log on to reboundrehab.com to see all they've got to offer.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
It's a Stanley Pools Thursday on The Frangie Show. Since 1988, the experts in pools, pavers, screen enclosures, it's Stanley Pools.
And we do welcome you back. We thank our friends from Stanley Pools. Frank Frangie, along with Hacker Nation, filling in for Hays Carlyon, and my pal Lee Smith is here from the Players Championship. Are you recovered?
I am.
Okay.
Feeling good.
I'm recovering.
Yeah.
Lee and I heard. Lee and I hung out a little bit at the Final Four. Tell a story. You go to the Final Four every year because your best friend, your closest friend, Kareem Richardson, who we met at the Players on air, longtime assistant basketball coach. So that's kind of like a ritual for you guys.
It is. It's just always a good time to hang out. And, depending on the place, sometimes it might be beer. Texas, it might be a little whiskey, but hanging out in the evenings. I've probably gone to maybe 16 of the last 18. Been fortunate to see him when he was at Louisville win the title in 14 maybe. Yeah. And then last year in Arizona as a part of the NC State staff, they played. So it was a little weird this year of him walking around getting prepared to play, but not having a game or looking for his next opportunity also.
Yeah, some nights it might be beer, some nights it might be whiskey, and at least some nights it might be an assortment. Okay,
that's right. It might just be backing them up.
That might just be what happened this time, Hacker. It might have been just a bit of an assortment. So, but we're glad you're in. Lee knows more about golf than anybody I know. So I got a lot of questions. We'll get to the leaderboard. You've seen the leaderboard. Justin Rose leads. He's at 6 under through 13. Scotty shot 68. Corey Connors shot 68. We'll go through all the scores. Rory McIlroy, by the way, on the golf course now at 3 under. He's through 10. So we'll get to the specifics in a minute. But big picture first. Why does Augusta have the charm it does? The romance of the Masters to sports fans and in particular golf fans is magical. Why is it so magical?
I think it starts with similar to what is growing here at the Players Championship. I think it starts with the fact that everybody is able to see the same golf course, the same holes, the same tees, the same greens every single year. And I think that what draws an affinity is hey, now I know that you can just be kind of an ancillary golf fan, but you know that you got to turn it right to left on downhill par 4, number 10. Whereas not many other golf courses do people know what number 10 is. And I think, what you see here at the Players Championship when people watch on TV is that now you know 16 and 17 and 18. It's not just a 1 week endeavor. It's a it's been a long time, started in 1934, I believe. So, you're coming up on 100 years with Augusta of being at the same place. Certainly tweaks, evolution all the time. And then certainly the traditions that they've established along the way, whether it's unique stuff like green jackets and champions dinners and par 3 contest. What a great scene that always is with the kids. And so I think there's a lot of things wrapped into one, but I really think it starts with the golf course and the fact that it's at the same place every single year.
And to that point, today's 20 years since the Tiger Woods chip on 16. Now, I didn't realize this. Apparently, Davis Love did the same thing in 1999 on the same hole. And that goes back to what you're talking about. You watch these year after year after year. You can never watch 16 at Augusta without thinking of Tiger Woods. I know me personally, I think of 18 and Phil Mickelson. Is it his time? The great Jim Nantz call. That is just the pageantry of Augusta National.
Yeah, 100%. And the first thing that I think most golfers think about, maybe even before Tiger's chip on 16, is that what's 16 at Augusta? And they probably go, well, the flag's down here on the left. You hit it up to the right, and it always just tends to matriculate itself down to that whole location. And then that's how, obviously, Tiger and Davis chip it in. They chip it to the top of the hill, and it rolls down there. Just seeing the same thing every year, I think just sticks in people's minds. And then certainly to kick off the first of the year, I mean, let's call it what it is. In most places, golf season starts with the music of the Masters.
That's right.
And whether you're up north or down here, it kind of signals the golf season.
Tell me about the course. I mean, I've only been one time. You've been 1,000 times, right? I've only been one time. I went to a Thursday round back in the 90s. I need to get back, and I want to. But what makes the course special? We know Amen Corner. We know the finishing holes. We know the greens are fast as heck, and there's undulation. What's the identity of the course, in your opinion?
I think the identity of the golf course is it probably starts and ends with the greens. First of all, the speed and the undulation, you really can't get a good appreciation for unless you're on the grounds to see that it probably wouldn't necessarily be a golf course you would build today.
Right.
Just because of the fact that it's just so different. And then, I would second that by the amount. You just don't get the appreciation of how hilly the golf course is. When you're walking down the hill on number 10, as an example, especially after a little bit of rain, there's a reason why you go onto the Augusta website and they encourage you to wear golf shoes, because you can slide down that hill, down number 10, or vice versa. Climbing the hill on 18, you walk the hill. Those holes are side by side, 10 and 18. You walk the hill on 18, you get to the top, you're out of breath.
Right.
It is. There's nothing gradual about it. So when they always talk about an easy walk at certain places. Augusta National is not an easy walk, which made Tiger's feat in 2019 even all the more remarkable was the ability to traverse the golf course is number one.
We see the golf going on the television, Lee, but what about Augusta itself? When you pull up to the golf course, just the ambiance there, everything that goes into it. For people that have never been, have never experienced it, like I saw ESPN did a whole thing on the concessions today. There's like $3 is the most expensive thing at the concession area. That's obviously wild to me, but that goes back into the tradition that you were talking about. What is it like in the city and the surrounding area around the golf course?
It's grown up significantly across Washington Road. Now, the popularity of the Masters now has created, they have a high-end product. I think it's called Map and Flag, that is an extremely expensive badge for you to have for the week, get you a ticket, obviously, into the championship. But the venue is actually across the street. Not only do you not get to watch live golf from the venue, but it's actually across the street. The exciting part too about Augusta that's just different, and some people like it, some people don't like it. But there's a couple of bleachers, but there's no venues built on the golf course. There's no tents, there's no hospitality venues on course. Over the years, they've realized that obviously that's what people want. People don't just want, your grounds ticket, or don't just want to sit on the turf and watch golf all day. They want to be treated to an experience. So they've built hospitality venues, but they're all behind trees and off the golf course. Berkman Place is on the right of number 5, and this new Map and Flag product is actually across the street. So just a really unique experience. And again, if you are able to go to a bunch of different golf tournaments, there'll be people that don't really love that. I want to be in air conditioning, be in hospitality, and watch golf at the same time. But just the traditional and kind of how they've kept the origin of the place. And it's basically, I think even Rory may have said it in his presser, it looks like a park. Right. I mean, it's one big park when you arrive and get to look down 18 and 9.
All right, for the guys listening, the people listening, the average, the once a week golfer. I'm 66. I'm an 11. I drive at about 230. I hit a 6-iron 150. If I play well Saturday when I play with my golf group, I'm going to shoot 80, 81. If I play lousy, I'm going to shoot 88, 89. If I played that golf course from the tips, play everything down, put everything out. 110, 105, what would I shoot? Seriously.
Here's what I would tell you. Here's probably the easiest way to say it. Here's what I would guess.
Yeah.
You've told me that over the years you struggled with putting, not the best part of your game.
Not a good putter.
If I put your tee shot on every green, I think you'd struggle to shoot par.
Isn't that amazing?
Wow.
If you put the tee shot on every green. I believe that's right. I believe it's
I think
hard.
You'd struggle to make par or to shoot 72. And that's I'm only counting 18 shots. That means you're on the green on a par 5 and 1.
You're on the green 18 times.
I think you'd struggle to shoot even par.
Isn't that amazing? It's amazing that people and we say, you can say that, by the way, say that about it. I can tell you this. From the white tees, I've shot 82 at the stadium. At the TP play here, but I can also tell you, if I played their tees, if I played in the Players Championship, guys like we'd never break 100, and that's what people don't understand.
Oh yeah,
it's a different world.
Different world. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, but I think the romance of the Masters, and I think the Kentucky Derby has that. I've never been to the Kentucky Derby, but there's a romance to it. It's only 2.5 minute horse race, but there's a romance to it, and I don't know, and I think probably the Daytona 500 has a romance to it, but I don't think there's many events that do. Yeah. I mean, the Rose Bowl, which I have been to, has a romance to it. But I think the Masters might trump all of them.
Well, isn't it what you feel? For me, it's kind of like going to the Final Four every year, and I don't necessarily go to the games every single year, but just the atmosphere that event creates is palpable around the arena, around the city. When you run into a team that you're rooting for, or run into the team that you're not rooting for, people it's just a different feel and a different atmosphere. And the same thing when you step up to Augusta and those other events that you highlighted.
Let's talk about the golf tournament. Justin Rose is at 6 under. He's through 14. Surprised by that?
No, Justin has had some success there in the past, and certainly this isn't a place that first timers win. I think only has there been 2 first timers? I think, and one was the first event, which was an obvious first timer,
right?
And then I think maybe Fuzzy won it in his first time. But it's a place that you need a lot of experience. We were talking off air about Freddie, the 65 years old, and the fact that he can still get around there. It takes a lot of experience, where to hit it, where to miss it. And so, no, not surprising. Now, can he do it over 4 rounds with the likes of Scheffler and Rory, the number 1 and 2 players in the world, staring him down? That'll be the feat he needs to address.
And to that point, I mean, Scotty Scheffler 4 under 68, Rory's 3 under now. He's still got 7-8 holes left. And we talked about this last week, Lee. I mean, it's incredible what those guys are doing on a week in, week out basis. We expected them to compete. It's early, but there you see Scheffler and McIlroy right at the top of the leaderboard.
Yeah, it's I think was it maybe Brandel Chambly said earlier this week, he played out all the scenarios. It's kind of like all the number 1 seeds going to the Final Four, right? He played out all the scenarios, and he said, I just at every scenario, I see Rory and Scheffler towards the top of the leaderboard at the end of the week, and it's only even scarier if you see him there at the beginning of the week as to what the rest of the weekend might look like.
Assess where Scheffler is in your mind. I mean, he was just a little off. It's kind of funny saying Scheffler's off because he's never really off, but he wasn't dominating the world like he did a year ago. Where do you see his golf game right now?
I think he's starting to create, it feels like, and in listening to him talk, he's starting to create some consistency. You saw, I think, was it Houston that he shot 62 one day and then didn't play near as well. I think the signature of his game has been consistency from day in, day out, tournament in, tournament out, month, is what we've seen as his signature over the last couple of years. And so now with the injury, coming back, getting all the reps under his belt, I think he's starting to create some consistency, which, is certainly going to be scary for the rest of the field if because my guess is he puts 4 under rounds together. He's probably putting on a piece of apparel on Sunday.
I would think so.
And to that point, you got 2 guys at 3 under, 2 guys at 4 under. You mentioned Justin Rose at 6 under. If I were to say, Lee, right now, all right, I'm going to give you 13 under, and I'm going to take that to the clubhouse on Sunday evening. Do you like my chances, or will you have to go lower than that?
Boy, it'll be interesting to see what Rory does on the back 9 here. Coming with 2 par 5s, 13 and 15 in front of him, that if he could get to 5 or 6, I probably wouldn't take 13 if Scheffler and Rory were sitting there. But at the same time, I have not looked at the weather forecast, so if it's perfect, it looks like the golf course is playing relatively soft with some of the early week rains. One interesting thing about, I think, what we'll hear over the weekend that I think we heard a little bit going in is how the hurricane treated this golf course, quite a few months ago, how many trees that they lost,
right?
Which has been significant. You have holes like 2, to pay attention to, holes like 2, 9, 13, 14, 10, that are sharp dog legs from right to left, that typically favor a left-hander fading the ball, which a right-hander drawing the golf ball is a little more uncontrollable. But if those trees that have been lost are the tall ones like that they've kind of identified on number 10, where maybe you don't have to turn it as hard right to left or 2, now all of a sudden some of those faders like Scheffler and Morikawa that hit it left or right off the tee get a little bit of an advantage just because they don't have to hit a shot that they're uncomfortable with, 5 times around. They can hit it a little bit straighter. It'll be interesting how that plays out.
You don't think about, I would have never thought how the hurricane damage would affect who benefits on the golf course. That's a great point, though. I mean, because that's how narrow the margin is, isn't it? I mean, it's that narrow that if a guy that would rather play left to right like Scotty can now more comfortably play left to right because of hurricane damage, he could help him win the golf tournament. I never thought about that.
Yeah, if a shot on 10 is, it's a hard hook to turn it around that corner, which is much easier for a left-hander to fade it and control it. But if a couple of the tallest pines on the left, I think John Rahm mentioned in his press conference that he talked about. Somebody told him that you could actually take it over the trees on the left now and fade it into the fairway on number 10. Now I don't know if that's true or not.
Wow.
But as I haven't been there, but if you can hit a little bit more of a straight ball and not have to turn it hard right to left, that's again a big advantage for the folks that play it left to right typically, because a right to left shot's uncomfortable for them.
Whether it's John Rahm, whether it's Tommy Fleetwood, is there a guy towards the bottom end of the leaderboard that you're surprised is struggling early on here?
Well, I would have expected Tommy Fleetwood to play really well. I think if I remember it, did he have a good week either last week or the week before?
Right.
And this is a golf course that he's had success at before. He would have been one of my, non-favorites that I would have thought would have played really, really well here.
I got to tell you, and this isn't news, by the way, but and you're in a tough position to talk about this league because you're an employee of the tour, and I get that. But, boy, I hate that now. Oh, yeah, Bryson DeChambeau still plays golf. Oh, yeah, Cam Smith still plays golf. Oh, yeah, Brooks Koepka still plays golf. I hate that I don't see those guys every week. It bugs me. You know what I mean? And it bugs me. And I'm reminded of it when a major comes around. Do you feel that way?
Yeah, well, look, I think that is that's at the crux of the negotiations between both organizations is the unification of the sport on behalf of the fans. Now, there's a ton more that goes into it, but I think the exciting part is in order to not damage each of your individual entities, but bringing the sport together to where we can see everybody more than 4 times. And I think it'll be not only great for the fans, but great for the players to continue to sharpen the knife, see more people that are playing more often and bigger competitors, big names in the sport. I don't think there's any doubt that, Bryson DeChambeau is one of the most popular players in the sport. And he's done a real service for himself, not only just winning, but what he's done to connect with fans in all the different ways he has. And seeing him more often would be a lot of fun.
Do you have a confidence level that this reunion, this merge, whatever you want to call it, will happen?
I don't. And I don't mean that from I don't have a confidence to yes or a confidence to no.
Yeah.
What I do have, again, as you mentioned, as a employee of the PGA Tour and a representative of the Players Championship, I do have confidence that our main target is to reunify the game and to bring these players together, while doing that, not to damage your own product, your own momentum. And I got to believe that that's the other side's target as well. Fortunately, I'm not in those meetings.
Right.
So I don't have the heavy weight, but that's probably the confidence I do have, Frank, is that, our commissioner speaking on our behalf has the fan and the sport in mind to bring the players back together. But at the same time is protecting us as employees not to damage anything that we've already built or the momentum, that we've seen over the last 3 to 6 months.
I agree with you. I think the tour's not just mission here, but their spirit of how they're trying to get it back together is real. I agree with that. Hays and I do the show together every day, and Hays is feeling it. Screw them. I don't care. They're gone. They're out of my world. I mean, and Hays will tell you that. That's kind of his position is, I don't care about live. I don't care about anybody who plays live. I'm going to watch these guys, but it still bugs me as a fan. Does it bother you?
Oh, yeah. No, I want to see the best players in the world. It's unfortunate. In fact, the players probably gets hurt more than any other tournament because they still can play in the 4 majors, not the players. Although we talked about this last week, it appears, at least to me, that this is like the first time it's not really a big story that the live guys are playing in this tournament. It really wasn't brought up very much leading into this tournament.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think in there was some commentary around, are they sharp, are they not sharp, all of that type of thing. But I do think that with Scotty and Rory playing so well leading into this tournament, I think it was those types of things that kind of dominated headlines.
We'll see what happens. Scotty Scheffler, he's at 4 under. He shot 68 today. Rory McIlroy is at 3 under. He's through 11 holes. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Lee Smith is the executive director of the Players Championship and our golf analyst every week. Lee, thanks, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Back in a moment. This is 1010XL 92.5 FM.
It's the ride home with the Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Now, a Masters update on 1010XL, brought to you by TopDressing.com and St. John's Middle School Athletic Association.
From the Augusta National Golf Club, Westwood One Sports presents this special report on the Masters. I'm Ted Emmerich. The weather for the first round could be described in one word: sunshine. It's sunshine. Just a perfect day. High in the mid-70s. Defending champion Scotty Scheffler, part of the morning wave. He shot a 4 under 68, but it was no breeze for him.
It definitely wasn't easy out there. The greens were starting to firm up. It's definitely going to be a firm Masters this year. And, yeah, I thought I was playing pretty tough out there. Did a good job of managing my way around the course. Kept the card clean with no bogeys. And that making no bogeys around here, you're always going to have a pretty good score.
Scheffler with SiriusXM after his round. He's 2 off the lead. Justin Rose motoring out in front at 6 under. Just missed a downhill birdie putt from 5 feet at 13. Rose's lead is 2 over Corey Connors and Scheffler. You're listening to coverage of the 2025 Masters on Westwood One.
When I wake up, the best mornings in the morning light start with Wrangler. I pull on my jeans and I feel all right. Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for University Housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When I wake up, the best mornings in the morning light start with Wrangler. I pull on my jeans and I feel all right. Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Rory McIlroy off to the start he needs as he chases the only major title he hasn't won. 3 under through 10, and he saved his par there after putting his approach in the bunker right of the green. Rory splashed out to within a foot for a tap-in par. McIlroy 3 off the lead as we check the leaderboard. Sponsored by Wrangler. Shop Wrangler.com for new denim styles to kickstart your day. Wrangler, for the ride of life. Justin Rose 6 under through 13. Corey Connors, Scotty Scheffler 4 under 68s today. McIlroy and Tyrrell Hatton both at 3 under, 3 back. Hatton in the clubhouse with his 69. Fred Couples turning back the hands of time with a 1 under 71, including an eagle from 191 yards at the par 4 14th. Couples at 65 years old, the second oldest player to break par at the Masters. Tom Watson was also 65, just a shade older when he fired a 71 in 2015. Watson now one of the honorary starters with Jack Nicklaus and Gary Player. And Bernhard Langer at 67, a 2 over 74. This is his final Masters. From Augusta, I'm Ted Emmerich, Westwood One Sports.
I'm Julie Harrell. I grew up here in Jacksonville and have seen our city grow as well as the number of car crashes. If you need help after a crash, choose a law firm with an actual office here. Lawyers you can meet with face-to-face and who specialize in personal injury. At Harrell & Harrell, we've been here for nearly 40 years, developing relationships with local doctors, law enforcement, helping people just like you. If you've been injured in a crash, call Harrell & Harrell. Offices, Jacksonville.
Frank Frangie here. These days, it's hard to know which companies to trust. When it comes to banking, I trust South State Bank. South State truly values its customers, and they work hard to create meaningful, lasting relationships. I love going into my local branch. I see the same smiling faces I've seen for years. South State is the largest bank headquartered in Florida, so they're able to offer all the banking services you need. You can trust South State Bank. Banking forward. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Tired of wrestling with your shower curtain like it's a fight for the last slice of pizza? Ditch the drama and say hello to a smooth, stylish glass shower enclosure from Baker Glass. Wago Glass is clean, elegant, and makes your bathroom look huge and brighter. Give your shower a makeover and feel like you're in a spa without the price tag. I'm Mac at Baker Glass. Call me and get ready to love your new shower. Let's make your shower great again. Remember, Baker Glass, no one treats you better.
Attention skilled electricians. Are you undervalued at your current company? Time to step up to the bigger projects and better opportunities. Join the team at Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering not just the job, but an experience, top-notch pay, unbeatable benefits, and the best working environments in the business. Please join the team that values your skills and rewards your hard work. Elevate your career to new heights. Apply today at millercareers.com, an equal opportunity employer.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Hereeth my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Get it? With the times.
With the times?
You're playing the lute. Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
It's kind of like his own private locker, and you're his guest.
Every time we talk, I'm reinvigorated by my love of the game.
Hays Carlyon here. Find my blog at 1010xl.com.
Hays Blog is brought to you by Roland Reach Plumbing, where quality and experience count.
Enjoy a great day of golf and support Eagles View Academy Athletics. Friday, May 2nd at the newly renovated Bent Creek Golf Course. 8:30 shotgun start, best ball format. Find out more at evawarriorsathletics.com.
Tired of seeing the signs of aging? Spring is here, a time to renew. I'm Dr. Mark Capel, a board-certified dermatologist here to help you look and feel your best with minimal to no downtime. Rejuvenate your skin, strengthen your core, and sculpt your body with advanced face and body treatments designed to restore your youthful glow and confidence. Just in time for spring and summer. A healthier, more fit you starts now. Visit dermagnify.com and step into spring looking and feeling your best.
Denny Thompson here. If you haven't heard, Tyson Sound & Security has a house built right inside their showroom, showcasing complete home automation and security systems. You have to see it to believe it. This setup can recognize intruders who approach your door and alerts them to leave if there's a break-in. Keep your family safe with the most state-of-the-art technology. Tyson Sound & Security, your security, home theater, and home automation experts. New showroom at 3555 U.S. Highway 17 in Fleming Island.
Right now, they're on their way to disrupt your life, make you uncomfortable, and rob you. Don't bother calling the police. They can't help. That's right. Summer heat and humidity are about to attack North Florida again. You know what to do. Call Mike Merritt. Mike Merritt's Heating and Air has a license to chill. When heat and humidity are attacking you, Mike Merritt provides a comfortable chill at a bargain price. Mike has been keeping North Florida comfortable for 30 years. Mike Merritt technicians are never paid commissions, meaning you'll never be pressured to buy something you don't need. And Mike Merritt knows cooling issues can arise anytime. They don't just happen during business hours. So Mike Merritt never charges overtime fees. When you need us, we're here for you. Remember, in the fight against heat and humidity, Mike Merritt has a license to chill. Visit merrittair.com. Florida license number CACO 50384.
Hey, Hicken here, or just call me Dreamfinders Danny. For a limited time to ring in the new year, Dreamfinders Homes is offering an amazing 4.99% fixed interest rate. Now's your chance to lock down that rate and get in the game. You heard me right. It's 4.99 fixed interest rate on select move-in ready homes. Visit dreamfindershomes.com for sales event information and get in the game. Interest rate available on select move-in ready homes. Restrictions and limitations apply. Go to dreamfindershomes.com for more details.
Tired of changing out bad sod year after year? Get it done right with Roundtree Sod. Big or small, they have it, and always supplied farm fresh. For a lush, legendary green lawn, call 7414-SOD for a free estimate. 7414-SOD.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
It's a Stanley Pools Thursday on The Frangie Show. Since 1988, the experts in pools, pavers, screen enclosures, it's Stanley Pools.
All right, thanks to our friend Lee Smith stopping by from the Players Championship in our golf analyst, Frank Frangie with Hacker and JJ LaSelva today. We appreciate you joining us on the program. Do want to thank my friends from Stanley Pools, the best pool company in town since 1988. If you need a pool, you need it redone, you need a screen, So a new backyard, if you will. They've done all my stuff. And they service your pool, too. They're the best in the business, my friends, from Stanley Pools. That's the name you need to know. Justin Rose just birdied again. He birdied 15. He is now at 7 under par with 3 to play. I tell you what, that's pretty good day's work now, that golf course.
If he goes par, he ends with a 65. I mean, are you kidding me? You can't ask for much better than that.
No, you really can't. So that would give him not a commanding lead. It's only one day in, but it would certainly give him a 3-shot lead over the two who are 4 under, Corey Connors and Scotty Scheffler, 4 under, and they are 4 under for the day. They both shot 68. They're no longer on the golf course. We keep watching Rory McIlroy because he's got a lot of holes left. He's only through 12, and he's at -3. So I sense a run could be coming there. By the way, great to see Jason Day. I've always liked Jason Day. I think he's a nice guy, good player. He's faded some, but he shot 70 today. So yeah, he'll be a fun name to watch. Other names of note: Harris English, the big Jaguar fan, shot -2. He shot 70 as well. And we'll continue to track Bryson DeChambeau, about whom we talked earlier, from the Live Tour now. He is -2, and he's only through 11. So it'll be interesting to see if any of those guys go a little bit lower. Anybody you rooting for?
I mean, he's not going to win it, but I thought the Freddie Couples story today was fascinating. The Eagle on 14, I love that. I didn't realize Fred Couples was 65. I would have thought late 50s, maybe early 60s. But when you're 65 years old and you can go around Augusta National and shoot a 1 under 71, that's doing some things. And to think Fred Couples won this thing, 33 years ago. I want to say it was 92 that he won. So that was impressive. But no, I mean, if you want my honest opinion on Sunday afternoon, I would be more than content with a final grouping of Scotty Scheffler and Rory McIlroy. I know that's the easy cop-out answer, but that's what I'd love to see.
Yeah, everybody would be. Yeah, I've said it. Golf's better when those are the guys that are in it.
Sure.
Golf's better when the name guys are the name guys. There's nobody would deny that. So I think that's kind of where the sport is. Let's take a break. When we come back, let's talk some football in the next hour of the program. We got 1 hour to go. We'll continue to update you on the Masters. We'll look ahead a little bit to some spring football games. The draft is right around the corner. All that and more coming up. It's 1010 XL and 92.5 FM.
The Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Now, a Masters update on 1010XL, brought to you by TopDressing.com and St. John's Middle School Athletic Association.
From the Augusta National Golf Club, Westwood One Sports presents this special report on the Masters. I'm Ted Emmerich. Justin Rose setting the pace at the 89th Masters. Rose 6 under through 14. He started his round with 3 consecutive birdies. Another stretch of 3 in a row at 8, 9, and 10. Now lining up a birdie at hole number 15, 10 feet away. Rose eyeing it, and he rolls it in there. So Rose with another birdie to move to 7 under par. You know, he missed a 5-footer for birdie 2 holes prior at 13, but the lead for the Englishman is now 3. Corey Connors and Scotty Scheffler both in the clubhouse with 4 under 68s. Justin Rose at 7 under. Meanwhile, at 3 under, Rory McIlroy. Now in Amen Corner, he's on the green at 12. So often, McIlroy stuck in first gear in the first round at the Masters. Not today. Rory with 3 birdies on the first 9 and looking for another at Golden Bell, that par 3 12th. You're listening to coverage of the 2025 Masters on Westwood One.
Saving for retirement was tough enough for us.
Yes, and navigating markets can be challenging at times.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we take a disciplined approach with your investments.
Tell us more about that.
We take an active approach to money management, positioning your portfolio for opportunities we see ahead.
So all your clients get the same portfolio?
No, we tailor your portfolio to your individual goals and needs.
What about communication? We don't like being left in the dark.
We check in regularly to keep you informed on the markets and your portfolio.
Which means you'll help us stay on track.
Yes, our goal is your comfortable retirement. And as a fiduciary, we always put your interests first, because we do better when you do better. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Rory McIlroy brushes a 20-foot putt for birdie at 12 left of the cup. He's got 4 feet coming back for par, hoping to stay at 3 under as he is in search of the career Grand Slam. McIlroy trying to stay 4 back of the leader, Justin Rose, who is 7 under now through 15. Corey Connors and Scotty Scheffler, 4 under. McIlroy and Tyrrell Hatton at 3 under, 4 back. It never gets old seeing Fred Couples at Augusta National. Today, at 65 years old, he became the second oldest player to break par in Masters history. A 1 under 71 for Freddie, the 1992 champion. Couples landed his first eagle at the Masters since 2010, using a hybrid from 191 yards at 14. Couples is 6 back. From Augusta, I'm Ted Emmerich, Westwood One Sports.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I love it. You shouldn't have, but I'm glad you did.
The love that a little box from Beard's Diamonds can hold is something that those big box jewelry stores can't understand. As Town Center's only locally owned jeweler with international connections, Beard's Diamonds knows that our little boxes are full of promises, celebrations, milestones, and magic. Big box jewelers only have big overhead and big markups, but Beard's Diamonds sees the big picture of the little box. That's why you can look to us for a great selection of dazzling diamonds and designer jewelry, and a listen-first approach to helping you turn what's in a little box into a big part of your special someone's life. Come experience the local, loyal, and helpful difference of Beard's Diamonds in Town Center. When it comes to helping you celebrate with beautiful jewelry, Beard's Diamonds thinks outside the big box stores. And that makes a big difference. Beard's Diamonds at the St. John's Town Center.
Mia here. I've got a question for you. Have you ever wondered why buy from Arlington Toyota? I'll tell you why. How about over 800 vehicles in one location? Or how about this reason why? 60-day exchange. That's 60 days to love your new purchase or exchange it. You even get Arlington's lifetime warranty with your new Toyota purchase. Why buy from Arlington? Because right now you can get financing as low as 0% on select new models. Shop in person on Atlantic Boulevard or online at arlingtontoyota.com.
This is Mark Nato. My son Justin injured his hand playing baseball for JU. Southeast orthopedic specialists performed surgery just a few days later, and within 5 weeks, he was cleared to play in the ASUN baseball tournament. Our family has trusted Southeast orthopedic specialists for years. For any orthopedic injury, let Southeast orthopedic specialists take care of you too.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast orthopedic specialists.
The magical basketball ride continues for Gators fans this weekend, and now you can remember all 34 Gators wins with a full-size Season to Remember basketball for only $149.95, featuring scores of every game along with embossed logos, championship history, and more on panels of the ball. Order now. Get one of only 5,000 licensed balls. Call 800-345-2868, 800-345-2868, or visit nikcosports.com.
Let AA Automotive and 1010XL guide you through the off-season. Who are Jacksonville's top prospects?
I know these players.
Listen for draft previews brought to you by Big Brothers Big Sisters of Northeast Florida and Hurricane Grill and Wings.
The restaurant of the day is the Great Greek Mediterranean Grill. Get a Greek Feast family combo meal tray with chicken skewers, gyro meat, gulmades, and more. Feed 4 to 6 people for just $49.95. Feed 8 to 10 for just $99.95. The Great Greek Mediterranean Grill.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
St. Johns County parents, does your kid have energy to burn? Want them to play a sport for their middle school? Sign up today for the St. John's Middle School Athletic Association. Tackle football, dance, and cheerleading. Who doesn't want their kid to be the next NFL quarterback or dance floor diva? You know how fast your kid can go from playing Xbox to practicing their touchdown dance or sideline cheer? Visit sjmsaa.org. sjmsaa.org.
Yo, it's your main man E.T. here, and it's time to make those summer break plans. Clay County is calling. From paddleboarding on Doctors Lake to reeling in the big one on Black Creek or cruising the St. Johns River. There's no better place to dive into warm weather fun. Enjoy live music, local festivals, food trucks, and fireworks lighting up the night. Discover scenic parks, hidden trails, and must-visit local gyms. Your summer adventures start here. Visit exploreclay.com.
Dick in here. Tired of glasses or contacts? Discover customized vision solutions at Bowdine Associates. Dr. Bowden's team offers cutting-edge options like Evo implantable caliber lenses, refractive lens exchange, and classic LASIK, designed to fit your life. Picture perfect vision for reading, driving, or just enjoying the day. It's easier than you think. Call now for your free screening. Bowdine Associates, keeping the First Coast focused.
Are you embarrassed by your ugly, cracked concrete driveway? Stop by Stone Core on Phillips Highway for all your outdoor living needs. Let them show you how a durable paver driveway can enhance your home. Visit stonecore.co. We do outdoors better.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
I'm Max Fink with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update brought to you by Chad and Sandy Real Estate. The Gators wide receiver room was a position group that really turned heads last year. They prepare to get even more loaded this year with newcomers such as Vernell Brown III, Dallas Wilson, and Nashawn Montgomery. Wide receivers coach Billy Gonzalez spoke on the attitude of the new guys in the room.
First and foremost is they like to have fun. They're a really tight group of players. Those three guys, they're very, very, very tight with one another. They push each other and they compete with one another and they work their butt off. So super excited about those things with that group right there. They're doing a really good job.
These freshmen add more firepower to a wide receiver group already consisting of guys like Eugene Wilson III, Aiden Mizell, Khalil Jackson, and Tank Hawkins, making Gator fans very excited. It's 75 degrees at 5:03. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
It's a Stanley Pools Thursday on The Frangie Show. Since 1988, the experts in pools, pavers, screen enclosures, it's Stanley Pools.
We thank our friends from Stanley Pools. They do a terrific job since 1988 is correct. Man, they do a great job. They treat our pool. They take care of it. They've built it for us, rebuilt it for us. So we sure appreciate our friends from Stanley Pools. Frank Frangie and Hacker Nation here with you. JJ LaSelva as well. I'm checking on the Braves here, JJ. Give me a second.
No, we lost.
Lost last night to the Phillies. 2-9 are the Braves. When are we going to turn it around, JJ? You okay? We're still okay, right? They're only 11 games in.
No, I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. I think it's.
You think this is who they are?
This is it. Yeah. I don't think they're 2-9 bad, but I do think they're as bad as they were all last season, and I think the National League is too good. And yeah, I wouldn't be shocked at all if they end up around 500 this year or something like that.
That would surprise me. But the Rockies and the
It would have surprised me 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. I know. I hear you. The Rockies and the Braves are both 2-9. Interesting. So I'm trying to. But you're right. The Padres are legit. The Dodgers are legit. It looks like the Giants might be legit.
And the D-backs. Everyone in that division except for the Rockies is better than us. Yeah. And then the Phillies and the Mets are loaded.
Yeah, it's gonna be. So we'll see. It'll be an interesting go. You're a diehard Rays fan from way back.
Big time.
I mean, you're as baseball pure as they get.
I mean, Esteban Yan and Wilson Alvarez and Roberto Hernandez. I can go with the best of them in 1998.
Esteban Yan sighting on the program.
Love Esteban Yan. You can't get that every day here on the Frangie Show.
I was thinking about this, by the way, JJ. You'll appreciate this. So we were talking yesterday about the end of the Florida game. The Gators are up 2, and you said, Hacker, it went through your mind, foul.
I did go through my mind, foul.
And I told you the story that one of the assistant coaches went to Golden and said, I know it's unconventional, but do we foul here? And if you foul here, foul one of their worst free throw shooters. He's probably not going to hit both. If he does hit both, we now have the ball without a shot clock. Worst case scenario is overtime. JJ, you made the point that'd be ludicrous. You never foul up two, right? That was your comment.
Yeah, you'll never see that ever.
So let me. So I thought a lot about that. It's certainly not conventional, and you certainly don't do it. But I will tell you, in this and I wouldn't have done it, and they didn't do it. But in this analytics-driven world, I promise you, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, if I'd have told you go for it on 4th and 1 from your own 42, you'd have thought it was the dumbest thing that ever happened. Well, now everybody does it.
Right.
Because the analytics have changed. I think 20 years ago, 1st and 2nd, nobody out toward the bottom of your order, you bunt them over. Now nobody bunts. So the analytics have changed the way we sports so much. Now, I don't know to JJ's point, I don't know if the analytics are ever going to come around and say foul with a 2-point lead. I get your point, and I wouldn't do that. But it's just interesting how much the metrics, the analytics, the percentages, the possibilities have changed the way we sport. I mean, did you ever think you'd see all these NFL teams 4th and 1 from their 42 in the first quarter going for it?
No.
In a million years.
No, not at all. I mean, the 4th down rate now is ridiculous. And my thought on Monday night in fouling, I had put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into that Gator team.
Yeah.
I did not want to lose the national championship by them drilling a 3 at the buzzer. Right. I don't think I could have functionally survived that on Monday evening.
Listen, it wasn't JJ's right. It's not the play, and Todd Golden's right. It wasn't the play. It ran through my mind too. Ooh. I mean, it ran through my mind too.
And they were going to shoot a 3.
Yeah,
I mean, that guy was going to launch it if Walter Clayton wasn't there.
Sharp made it was very clear they were trying to win the game with the 3. Which, by the way, in today's day and age, where guys are such good shooters, if you get a good look, and again, I went back and watched like you yet again.
Yeah,
I went back and watched it yet again, and that play, the elevator screen, by the way, wasn't for the other guy. It was for him. That play was about to work. He raced to the top of the key. He got a pass. He got what looked like was a pretty good look. It's just Clayton, who's the hero of the tournament, made this unbelievable closeout and did it by twisting his body in a way that he wasn't going to foul him.
Right.
And he probably would have blocked the shot. So then once the guy Sharp got up in the air, there was nothing he could do. But, yeah, it ran through my mind, too, that a three-pointer beats you. I can tell you this because, JJ, you know this. Up 3, not 2, then you do foul.
Oh, yeah, I've always been for that.
Yeah, then you intentionally foul.
When you go back to Golden's analytics in Texas Tech, I mean, they fouled an 84% free throw shooter. Now, you were down 6, so I get that.
Right.
But my question was the second foul. Now, it worked. It was 75-72. They fouled Toppin, who's a 70% free throw shooter, 1-1, and he missed it again. So, obviously, it was a great call.
In the Texas Tech game, they failed. They fouled Williams to 84. They weren't trying to. They were trying to foul the other guy. That's why he called the timeout. He called the timeout with 3.5 minutes left. The announcers even said, "Are you surprised he called a timeout this early?" Well, it's clear he was trying to. He was going to foul the bad free throw shooter. Houck tried to foul him and couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that? So then they wound up fouling Williams, the very good free throw shooter, who missed both shots. But it's interesting the way the whole thing played out. So, but I'm just saying, I'm following these analytics in all these sports. And I'm wondering how much sports are going to change.
Well, I mean, basketball is a completely different sport than it was 5 years ago. Some of it is analytics. Some of it is just like, hey, they realize that if we shoot a certain amount of threes, it's way worth it. Even if we shoot this certain percentage. But a lot of it, too, is Steph Curry and just like how the game has evolved. And the guys coming into college and the league now can all shoot.
That's right.
And you see guys, and I don't watch like any college basketball, but I'm sure it's the same. But in the pros, guys give up, I'm talking on a fast break where no one's there really to defend, maybe a one-on-one, and they're stepping back and taking a 3 on a fast break. It happens every single night.
No question. And that's where the game has gone.
Like, if you would have seen that even 10 years ago, you would have benched the guy for life.
Exactly right. That's exactly, don't shoot. If there's not somebody under the basket, remember that? If he's not somebody in the basket, don't shoot it.
Take it to the hole.
Look, and I love analytics, and I think there's certainly a place for them in sports, but there are some things that you can just never convince me of. When you're down 8 in football, and you don't kick an extra point to go down 7, you go for 2 to try to make it 6. Maybe I'm just the oldest 41-year-old on the planet. I scream at the television every single time.
Give me the circumstance again.
All right, so it's 24-10.
Oh, you're down.
You score a touchdown to make it 24-16.
Right.
And teams will go for 2.
I agree with you.
And I'm just like, what are you doing?
I agree.
They do it all the time. It's crazy.
Heck, I'm with you on this. The analytics say going for 2 twice is a better probability of winning the game than going for one twice and going to overtime. I'm with you, but that's why they do it.
Yeah.
That's and I'm glad you brought that up.
Frustrates me to no end.
But that's the perfect example of the overthinking analytics. Again, it's still kind of crazy to me that 4th and 1 from your 42, 8 minutes left in the first quarter, you go for it. Everybody does, though. Everybody does. And by the way, till baseball stopped it, the analytics said pull hitters are going to pull. I mean, your whole team, your whole dugout, your whole fan base was on the right side when the left-handed batter came up. That's why baseball had to put in a rule. It didn't have to, but if baseball didn't want shifts on every play, they had to put in a rule that didn't allow you to put your third baseman in short right field. So it'll be interesting to see the way those things continue to change. One other thing about college basketball, I told you this yesterday. Colin Cowherd made the point, but he's right. The great players are gone. The great players in the NBA. So, I mean, you may have freshmen like Duke had this year that aren't there yet, but the great players. So you win with toughness, older guys, guards, and coaching. Well, Florida had all that's why they won. But also part of that is that you take that 3 if you're Emmanuel Sharp because you don't have the guy that can go create and get the automatic 2 because he's in the NBA now.
Right.
If you have Cooper Flagg, maybe you don't take that 3. Maybe you give him the ball and you clear out, right? Well, you don't have that guy anymore. You don't have the clear. The clear out guy is playing for Memphis. The clear out guy's in Sacramento, right? Yeah. The clear out guy's not on your team anymore. So you know who's on your team? A fifth year senior who's 23, who the reason he's still in college basketball is he's not that clear out guy, but he's probably damn good at squaring up and hitting that 3.
Mm-hmm.
That's who's left now. The guy that can take over the game is long gone to the Brooklyn Nets. That's where he is. So the guy left is not that guy anymore. I mean, I was thinking about that. Other than the freshmen at Duke, are there anybody like that in college basketball anymore? Is there anybody in college basketball? Again, some true freshmen will come along that are really good. The freshman at Texas is a really good player. There's a handful, but other than that, there's nobody like that on these good teams. I mean,
like a Kimball Walker.
Yeah. Kimball
Walter Clayton was doing his best Kimball Walker impersonation.
He might have been the closest to it this year.
Yeah.
He might have been the closest to it because he was kind of a late bloomer, and so he was taking over games for that reason, right?
Oh, I think, I mean, you talk about that type of player. I mean, Walter Clayton and Will Richard tested the NBA waters, and they got bad reports. Maybe they're going to be second-round picks. In Walter Clayton's situation, they decided to come back. But normally guys like that don't come back. Florida kind of got lucky that they got Richard and Clayton back this year.
But I don't think Richard's an NBA player.
I think Richard will get a cup of coffee in the G League, but I think he's probably going to go to Europe.
Richard could get a 2-way contract, but it's probably a European player if he wants to keep playing.
Yep.
Or he'll coach. He's a good basketball guy.
Elijah Martin, probably the same thing.
Yeah, I would not be surprised. Because I've seen guys do this. If Elijah Martin, to make money as a professional, changes sports. I would not be surprised.
To go back to football?
Yeah, I would not be surprised. I mean, look at him. Look at him. He's 6'2", 215, incredible athlete. I would not be surprised if he looks up and Micah Ross, who we all know Micah. Micah was a Jacksonville guy, was a wonderful guy. Was a basketball player at JU. I mean, he played in JU had a football team too, but he was always a basketball player at Jackson High School. Terrific player. He looked up. He was 6'3", 215, and a marvelous athlete. And he went and made money in the NFL as a really good special teams player.
Right.
I would not be surprised if Elijah. Would that shock you?
No, it wouldn't shock me at all. In fact, we just saw Carolina. The Panthers just signed a basketball player out of college about a week or so ago for like a tryout. Yeah. No, it would not surprise me at all because you look at the athleticism of Elijah Martin, the ups that guy has.
He's got great hands. To play basketball, you got to have great hands.
Some of those dunks were just ferocious, man.
Are you a receiver? Are you a safety? It's one of the two.
Yeah.
He's a receiver or a safety.
He's got 6'2". He's got good size.
215 probably. 6'2", 215. So I would not be surprised if he went back. And back to Clayton, by the way. I saw a mock draft where he went 10th.
Yeah, he's going up the board. I'll tell you this. As an Orlando Magic fan, we have 2 first-round picks.
Yeah.
We have our pick and we have Denver's pick. We need shooting. We need guard play. If they pass on Walter Clayton twice, you want to talk about a guy that's going to be ticked?
Where do they pick?
If the draft were today, they'd be 16 and 23.
He might not be there. He may be.
That's true.
I mean, look, he's a guy that went from undrafted to late first round to everyone's talking lottery pick. When everybody calms down, that might not be the case. I think that's the point you're making.
Right.
But it's conceivable it is.
Yeah, I mean, where did Kimball Walker get drafted, JJ? Do you remember? I don't know if he was
It was a lottery pick.
Was he a lottery pick?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's a good comparison.
That's a good comp. That coming out of nowhere and being a dominant player. You're exactly right.
Yeah, he was the 9th overall.
Wow.
pick.
Okay. Interesting.
So this is which is probably the ceiling for.
But the game is totally different now.
Yeah. No question.
Like Kemba Walker would probably be later than that nowadays, just because he never was like a 3-point guy.
And with dead-eye shooters being what they are now, the value and importance of them, I can see Clayton going very high. So we'll see. We'll take a break. More in a moment. Stay with us.
The Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
This is Hays Carlyon for Harold and Harold. I was at lunch with my good friend Holt, and he was telling me that sometimes a lawyer can get more from a case than their own client. I was surprised to hear this, but Holt said that doesn't happen with Harold and Harold. They'll never take a fee that is greater than their own client. When they say they treat their clients as a person and not a file, they mean it. Hopefully you won't need them, but if you're ever injured, call Harold and Harold at 904-251-1111. That's 904-251-1111.
This is Richard Miller with your Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles Update. A unique hockey release hit our shelves with 2023-24 EX 2000 Hockey. It's a throwback from Upper Deck dating back to the mid-90s with 50 rookies on this checklist. EX 2000 Hockey, now it's Showtime. Sports Cards and Collectibles. Update your collection.
Hey folks, Rick Ballou here for John's Auto. They've been a staple in Jacksonville going all the way back to 1985. At John's Auto, they service all makes, all models, cars, trucks, diesel, you name it, they do it. Whether it's routine maintenance or a complete engine overhaul. Call John's Auto on Arlington Road. That's 904-743-3857 or go to johnsautomotivejacks.com.
Yo, E.T. here, and Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes through in the clutch every day, from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar, Twin Peaks. Scratch kitchen scores every time. Dig in the hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge. Come on, somebody.
I insist on complete honesty.
You can chime in anytime on the 1010XL text line.
Installed by Lifetime Flooring.
If you have something to say to me, I wish you would just say it.
Share your opinion.
Are you nuts?
What?
641-1010.
It's crazy.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Since 1977, we've been Jacksonville's local family jeweler with a beautiful selection of fine jewelry and certified diamonds. But we're also Jacksonville's leading buyer of gold and silver and diamonds from the public. Gold has recently hit an all-time high at almost $3,000 per ounce. Pay bills, buy something fun. Now is the time to sell your gold for cash and get top dollar or trade it in for a new piece and get even more value at Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville, and there's so many cool products that are on the line at Cycles of Jacksonville. Showroom is Atlantic and Regency, and we're talking, Greg, you've got from any level of price point, the experienced rider to the inexperienced on-road, off-road.
We've got it. We've got ATVs, we've got motorcycles, we've got scooters, we even have the new Honda boats. We've got something for everyone.
Don't forget about the boat line from Honda. It's all right there, waiting for you. Atlantic and Regency or Cycles of Jacksonville's Facebook page.
Rick Ballou for Carlson Dental. You know, I've been telling you this for quite some time because it's true. I hate going to the dentist, or at least I used to hate going to the dentist. I had total anxiety, and then I tried sedation, light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation as well for cavities and root canals. Folks, it's an incredible experience. So don't be nervous. Don't be scared. Go to carlsondentalgroup.com. That's carlsondentalgroup.com for all of your dental needs.
Clean air, cool air, both are extremely important. Trust Florida Home AC to deliver on both with their Remy Halo, the next generation of air quality technology. Call 777-4300 for Florida Home AC and breathe clean and cool air.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. There was a time when if you handed me a bread basket at a restaurant, you better watch your fingers. Pizza, pasta, bread,
Carbs were absolutely my weakness. I'd be lying if I said they didn't have me hooked. Then Awaken 180 came into my life. I've been down every diet road there is, but this is different. It's not just another diet. It's a total reset of how you see food. You know that carb craving that we all accepted as normal? That's gone for me now. Don't get me wrong. I still enjoy the good stuff, but here's the difference. I no longer feel like I need them. So when the server puts that bread basket on the table, I just smile, sit back, and say, nah, I'm good. That feeling of control is all thanks to Awaken 180. I lost 40 pounds in 9 weeks on Awaken 180. Hacker lost more than 110. Baloo is on his way, and you can lose whatever you want to lose. It doesn't matter what your goal weight is. Awaken 180 weight loss will get you there quickly and safely. It's a clear path to success without disappointment. Awaken 180 has changed my life, and it will change yours too. Give them a call at 844-346-1800 or go to awaken180weightloss.com. Trust me, you'll thank yourself.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative, letting you know that Hardball now offers web stores, so your employees can order their own branded gear, and you have more time for Wordle. Check it out at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Dempsey, and I only like to recommend the best, which is why I'm proud to say that I chose Pella Windows and Doors for my own home. And now's a great time to upgrade your home with 0% financing for 60 months. That's 5 years of interest-free payments on the best windows and doors in the business. Don't wait. Schedule a free consultation at PellaJacks.com or visit their showroom on Phillips Highway just north of Bay Meadows. For quality you can trust and savings you can't miss, that's Pella Windows and Doors.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
It's a Stanley Pools Thursday on The Frangie Show. Since 1988, the experts in pools, pavers, screen enclosures, it's Stanley Pools.
Frank Frangie, Hacker Nation with you. JJ La Selva here as we continue on. Hays Carlyon will be back in the fold. On Monday, we'll have a spring game in our past and also the Masters. If you have not been following the Masters, Justin Rose is really lighting it up. He's on 18 now. His final hole today, but he has been money. He blocked that one a little bit to the right, didn't he? Right when I said
that's
that.
That's the Frangie jinx right there.
I mean, right when he has not hit a bad shot today, and the minute I said it, he just blocked his tee ball on 18 into the pines and pine straw. But he has been very, very good. He's been fun to watch. Scotty Scheffler is 4 shots behind him, as is Rory McIlroy. Now keep an eye on McIlroy. McIlroy's got it to 4 under, and he's only on 14 now. So it'll be kind of fun to watch. Will you settle in Sunday and watch the Masters?
Oh yeah. Sunday will be the day. And I was telling Forrest about it, and he's excited because Forrest got into the players a little bit this year, or at least the Sunday stuff. So yeah, hopefully, as much as a 5-year-old can pay attention on Sunday, we're going to watch the Masters together for a while.
Are you a big so you watch the majors, I guess, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I will. I've got an event I've got to get to at some point Sunday night, but other than that, I will be locked in. I mean, Masters Sunday is about as good as it gets.
It's fantastic. I mean, I you go back to the Tiger wins. Like I said, the Phil.
Yeah.
Is it his time? That putt, and even the Adam Scott putt back in the day in the pouring down rain. I've loved every moment of those moments.
Justin Rose is on 18. He did block his tee ball right a little bit, so he's gonna have to scramble out of there. But he has a commanding lead, a commanding first day lead. This is his last hole. He's at -8. 3 guys behind him are at -4. Corey Connors, the Canadian, he shot 68 today. Scotty Scheffler, the great Scotty Scheffler, defending champion, is at -4. He shot 68 for the day. And keep an eye on Rory McIlroy. Rory has got it to 4 under, and he is through 13 holes. So he's got a chance to make a little bit of a run. Now, that backside's tough, as you know, but keep an eye on him. He's got a chance to make a run. We'll see if he does. Spring game in Gainesville on Saturday. What would you be watching? Because it's not on TV, right?
No, it's not on TV, which means if you want to celebrate with the basketball team, you actually have to be in Gainesville.
Right. They're good, and I like that. So, what positions you'll watch?
I mean, look, I think Florida is going to go as far as DJ Lagway is going to take them. We're not going to see much of Lagway, if any at all. So, aside from that, obviously, I want to look at the wide receivers. I think there's potential there, but there's a lot of questions there. You got the freshmen in Dallas Wilson, Nashawn Montgomery, Vernell Brown, Trey Wilson coming back from injury. But whether it's Hawkins, whether it's Aiden Mizell, there's a lot of guys there that I want to see their position's going to have to step up, certainly. I like their running back room. I like their offensive line. To me, the biggest question on offense is that wide receiver room.
Me too. I think they got a lot of talent there. Sturdivant,
from UCLA.
The UCLA transfer.
Yeah.
Dallas Wilson's supposed to be so good. I liked hearing that Max had it in his updates today. The comments from Billy Gonzalez, the receivers coach, about the fact that Dallas Wilson, Vernell Brown, are very competitive. Nashawn Montgomery, the 3 freshmen receivers, are very competitive with each other, which is kind of cool, you know.
I've had a lot, and I don't know if you've heard this. A lot of Gator people that I've had on have told me, remember when it was Andy Jean, Mizell, and Wilson? And Wilson got like the least recognition of those guys coming out of high school.
I remember.
Kind of the same thing with Montgomery, right? Everybody's talking about Vernell Brown and Dallas Wilson. I've had people tell me, don't be surprised, at least in year 1, if Montgomery has as big, if not a bigger impact than the other 2.
I believe that. I don't follow recruiting as close as some others do. But know this, Andy Jean and Aiden Mizell, I don't think are what Dallas Wilson and Vernell Brown are going to be.
I would agree with that.
I think Dallas Wilson and Vernell Brown, from everything you hear, read, talk to people, might be like special. So we'll see if it winds up. But I'll watch those. I can't lie. Our friend Matt Hays wrote a great story in USA Today about the concerns about DJ Lagway. The story he wrote, after talking to sources, is that there's 2 injuries. One's a core injury, which is sort of a lower mid-body injury, and one's a shoulder injury. And Matt's story essentially said they don't worry about the lower body and the core injury. They think that'll take care of itself. But there is some concerns that he's going to need shoulder surgery, if not before this season, after it. If he needs it before the season, he's gone for the year. and they're doing all they can to treat it with rest and rehab and have him play the season, and then maybe have it right after the season ends. I've heard that from some folks too, but it's only been media folks. I have not heard from anybody in the inside that that's the case. I can't imagine that DJ Lagway is not playing it this season. I can't imagine unless he's really hurt badly. Now, I'll say it again, not throwing it all in spring is a concern, but I can't imagine they're not going to have DJ Lagway.
Well, I guess, again, there's far more questions than answers, but if there's any issue with the shoulder whatsoever, is this something that just popped up? Why wasn't it addressed on December 21st, right after the bowl game? Why are we just hearing about it now in the month of April?
Now, I can't tell you why we're just hearing about it. I can tell you my theory on why it hasn't been addressed is apparently it's an injury he had even in high school. And so even when he re-injured it a little bit, they said it always takes care of itself, and it just hasn't yet. And so the theory seems to be that he heard it many, many moons ago, and that if they just let it go, and that the rehab and the off season will take care of it. So that's the hunch they're playing. And by the way, if even a surgery 2 months ago would have showed him for the season, I'm glad it's the hunch they're playing. I think this is, for number one, if you're Billy Napier, you know this is your year. If you're a Gator fan like we are, it's been a long time since you've had that year. Why mess it up by going and losing your quarterback for the season?
No, I mean, it's obviously they're going to go as far as Lagway is going to take him because they don't have much behind him. I mean, what, Aiden Warder, Tramel Jones, amidst some other guys.
Harrison Bailey.
Yeah, he's the transfer. But my goodness, if Lagway's healthy, again, which is a big if he's healthy and 100%, I think Florida potentially could be very good this year. But again, like we talked about yesterday, those 4 games 3 through 6, at LSU, at Miami, home Texas, at Texas A&M. To me, I can't get over the fact that I would take 2-2 in a heartbeat. And if you're 2-2 there, that might eliminate you from the playoff before you even get to mid-October.
Yeah, I would not sign up for 2-2 now. I would not. I think they're a good enough team that I wouldn't do any of those sign-ups. There's a lot of years, in recent years, I would have signed up for 2-2 in a lot of stretches. Not this year.
So with 3 road games there, you think they're going to win at least 2 of those 3 road games?
Here's what I think. I think if you ask me to predict, I might predict 2-2, but I'm just saying I wouldn't take it now.
Wouldn't take, okay.
Yeah. My point is, I've always said this, if you're good, it doesn't matter who's on your schedule. If you're legitimately good, you find a way to overcome. If you're not good enough, it doesn't matter who's on your schedule. You're going to lose anyway. So I'm not saying the schedule doesn't matter. Schedules affect mediocre teams. Bad teams, there's no effect because they're going to lose most of the games anyway. Good teams, it doesn't matter because they're still going to beat you. So the schedule strength thing, in my mind, affects that middle of the pack team. If the Spurrier Gators in 95, 96, it didn't matter who they played. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They played. Here's what they played: 8 SEC games and a really good FSU team all those years. And I mean, a really good FSU team. Didn't matter, right? If you're good, it doesn't matter.
It didn't matter, and it mattered at Doak Campbell that year, but then they got their revenge. A couple weeks later.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying you're not going to lose the game.
Right.
I'm going to say it didn't keep them from winning the national championship.
What was the reasoning LSU is early and Tennessee is late this year on the schedule?
I think the original theory was play more of your traditional rivals later. So everybody gets their traditional rival late in the season rather than early in the season. We don't know how good anybody is. That's the theory. I don't like it.
I hate that. Yeah.
Because we're traditionalists, number one. We're used to Tennessee being early, third game, and LSU being a little bit later. But I think the theory was play your best rather than Florida and Tennessee playing early, and then at the end of the year, Tennessee's playing Arkansas. How about Florida and Tennessee play each other? It's a way more intriguing game.
I mean, I've tried to adapt over the years as I get elderly at 41 years old, and I've tried to accept change. I'm a very old 41-year-old, very old. But I've tried to accept change. Here's one thing that I'm having trouble accepting is playing LSU on September 15th. I'm going to have trouble accepting that. That is weird, that is odd, and that should not be happening.
In the 80s, they did that. Do you know that?
Oh, I did not know that.
The Dalton Hilliard, Gary James team, those games were always September.
Really?
Always September.
I wonder why they have moved it, because they've always been October since I've always known what was going on.
Those games were, I can remember Florida lost to LSU 89 maybe. I think it was 89 in a very early season. I mean, they used to play him third game of the season. Well, I can tell you this. Galen Hall's last year, they played, I think he was 1-1-1, right? When he got fired. I'm trying to remember who they opened with. What was it? 84. Okay, they lost the Miami game in Tampa.
Is that the 31-4 game or whatever?
No, that was a couple years later. That might have been 88. Too bad. 2 snaps over the head of the
31-4. Oh.
Yeah, that was 88, I think, opener. But I think 84, 4 years earlier, they lost the game to Miami, didn't lose again. Remember that? That was their last. That was their last loss. And I think, if I remember it right, I'm trying to remember right. I think they had Tulane. LSU was third or fourth game. So back then, that's when they played them.
Yeah.
So things changed. All right, let's take a break. We've got 1 segment to go. We'll wrap the program after this.
It's the ride home with the Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Now, a Masters update on 1010XL, brought to you by TopDressing.com and St. John's Middle School Athletic Association.
From the Augusta National Golf Club, Westwood One Sports presents this special report on the Masters. I'm Ted Emmerich. Justin Rose missed the cut at the Masters last year. This year, he just might write his name into the record book.
Here's Rose from about 15 feet putting through the sunshine and then into the shadow of the trunk of that tree. Down the hill, breaking to the left, and he made it. So hang on a second. Justin Rose is now 8 under for the round with 2 holes to play. And oh, by the way, it's a 4-shot lead. But this round is something else.
One way to put it, Brian Katrick, the call at 16 on Sirius XM. Rose on the cusp of history with 2 holes remaining. Find another birdie in the last 2 holes without dropping a shot, and Rose equals the Masters record with a 63. Greg Norman fired a first round of 9 under in 1996. Nick Price did it in the third round in 1986. Rose now trying to scramble for his par at 17. He's just short of the green with his second after putting his tee shot in the pine straw. You're listening to coverage of the 2025 Masters on Westwood One.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
We are the PGA of America, and since 1916, our PGA of America golf professionals have loved and led this game. Our love for the game drives our coaches to help millions of golfers with their games, our operators to deliver incredible experiences, and our general managers to run any facility and business at the highest level. Our love for the game leads us to play at a high level, impact lives through PGA Reach, and develop your love for the game every day. The PGA of America, we love this game.
U.S. amateur champion Jose Luis Ballester, the All-American from Arizona State, struggled to a 4/76. He needed relief at 13, and it had nothing to do with a golf shot that went awry. Ballester really had to go. He didn't realize there were restrooms near the 14th tee. Ballester turned his back to the grandstands and did his business into Rays Creek. Got a big ovation after he was done. Ballester said it was the loudest anyone clapped for him all day. Let's check the leaderboard, sponsored by Robinhood. Justin Rose, 8 under through 16. He has within 3 feet for par at 17. It's a 4-shot lead over Corey Connors, Scotty Scheffler, and Rory McIlroy, who just knocked in a birdie at 13. McIlroy is 4 back. Tyrrell Hatton at 3 under par in the clubhouse, 5 back. From Augusta, I'm Ted Emmerich, Westwood One Sports.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
The race for the NBA MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander of the Oklahoma City Thunder, the betting favorite to take home that honor at plus 175. Jason Tatum of the Boston Celtics is at plus 290. Donovan Mitchell of the Cleveland Cavaliers, who won the Eastern Conference regular season title, at plus 700. Jaylen Brown of the Celtics, plus 1,600. The Oklahoma City Thunder are the betting favorites to win this year's championship at plus 170. The Celtics are plus 190 to defend their NBA title. The Cleveland Cavaliers at plus 550, while the Golden State Warriors and the Los Angeles Lakers are both at plus 1,400. The Denver Nuggets, who just fired their head coach, plus 3,000. Earn cash back on your gaming transactions with the G-Bank Signature Visa Card at vsin.com/GBank. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1010XL.
Plumbing problem? AC not blowing cool? Septic tank backing up? No need to call 3 different companies. Just call Duck Rooter. At Duck Rooter, we do it all. Plumbing, septic, and air conditioning with expert technicians in each department. One company, one call, one easy bill. No hassle, no runaround, just fast professional service from highly skilled techs who know their stuff. Need help? Call 904-862-6769 today and let Duck Rooter handle it all. DuckDuckRooter.com.
Frank Frangie here for Nimnik Buick GMC. You can experience professional grade at Nimnik Buick GMC, home of the largest inventory of GMC Sierras in Northeast Florida and Southeast Georgia. This month, save up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierra 1500s or enjoy rates as low as 0% APR financing. That's right, 0%. You heard me right. Now, look, you can't find deals like this anywhere else in Jacksonville. Nimnik also has the largest selection of GMC's impressive SUV lineup, like the all-new redesigned GMC Acadia and the highly sought-after Yukon and Yukon XL. Curious about an EV? Save big with the all-new GMC Hummer EV, SUV, and truck. You get it. Nobody's got better stuff than Nimnik. Now's the time to experience professional grade at Nimnik Buick GMC. So who has put the most years and stands behind a better experience? Well, the answer is simple. Nobody but Nimnik. We are professional grade GMC.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Best Bet is number 1. That's right, Best Bet Jacksonville, Orange Park, and St. Augustine have one-card poker, the fastest and easiest card game to learn and play. Play one card at a time, and the highest card wins even money. If the card values are the same, it's time for war, just like the game you remember. You must be 18 years or older to play. Learn all the games at bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
It's heating up at Ride Now Jacksonville. Get water adventure ready with the 2024 Yamaha AR195 boat. With its supercharged engine, innovative design, and water sports features, the Yamaha AR195 is ready for anything you throw at it. Originally $46,000, now just $36,000. Oversized in-floor storage for wakeboards and extra gear, deck and hull design that maximizes space, comfort, and versatility like no other 19-foot boat. Ride Now Jacksonville on Blanding Boulevard. We'll meet or beat any price on all 2024 and prior models.
Mia O'Brien.
Don't I know you from somewhere?
On Helmets and Heels, noon to 2.
I swear to you, I know her.
Then there's the 1010XL video and social media channels.
I would know her voice anywhere.
All Things Mia is driven by Arlington Toyota.
On 1010XL.
Imagine enjoying the beautiful days of summer in North Florida, relaxing in your enclosed patio, free from bugs and debris. I'm Josh Molina, owner of River City Screens. We are your trusted local screen experts. We pride ourselves in our craftsmanship and our relationships, because with Florida's unpredictable weather, you'll want someone dependable and reliable to show up for you every time. New construction or repairs, call River City Screens, 904-923-3544.
License number SCC 131153483. The Jacksonville Icemen have punched their ticket to the Kelly Cup playoffs in April. But first, the Icemen have an action-packed weekend with the Savannah Ghost Pirates. Friday and Saturday night at 7. Then it's the Orlando Solar Bears. Sunday at 3. All games at 5-Star Veterans Memorial Arena. Tickets at Ticketmaster, JacksIcemen.com, or call 904-602-PUCK. Iceman Hockey is #Frozen Frenzy.
Surf in the Summer Surf Camp is now registering for camps this summer. Get your kids out to the beach this summer. For registration and session dates, log on to surfinthesummer.com. Surf in the Summer, Jacksonville Beach's premier surf camp.
Hey Jacksonville, Lauren here from Helmets and Heels. When it's time for new tires, look no further than Big Chief Tire. Their experts will help you quickly find the right fit, ensuring a safe and comfortable ride. With quality options, fair prices, and quick installation, you'll be back on the road in no time. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 to schedule your appointment and roll into 2025 with even greater confidence guaranteed. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
I've been having knee problems for probably 6 months, and my knee was getting worse, and I had heard about Southeast Orthopedics on the radio, and I gave them a call. They got me right in. Dr. Kevin Murphy did it. It was painless, and it's been doing fantastic. This is Patrick Malarkey, and I highly recommend Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Warm weather means the beach, fishing, golf, and more. Make sure to drop into Daly's and grab a cold case to go. From Bud Light to their seltzer, from Mick Ultra to Modelo, or your favorite crafts like Old City or Sweetwater. Grab and go at your local Daly's.
You'll always feel good when you send someone a Kuhn Flowers floral or plant arrangement. This is RJ with 1010XL, and no matter what the reason, Kuhn Flowers has always come through for me. Order online at KuhnFlowers.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Now the cool down with Donovan Air, Electric and Plumbing. Keeping Jack's cool since 87.
All right, where we've been today in the program, we said hello to our Duval County Scholar Athlete of the Week is Kyrie Kamarsi. She is from First Coast High School. She is a terrific softball player on her way to play college softball at Wesleyan College up in Macon. She's a terrific student, a terrific softball player. It was great to have her in as the Duval County Scholar Athlete of the Week. Lee Smith was here. He's the executive director of the Players Championship. Nice to see Lee. He stopped by, talked a little bit about our trip. He was in San Antonio with us because one of his good buddies is a college assistant basketball coach, but also it was kind of fun to hang out, and we had a fun time hanging out there, and we talked a little bit about the Masters, a great deal about the Masters today as well. We talked a little football, a little basketball, a little spring football coming up in just a bit. Tomorrow, Hack and I really will break down this Florida spring football game. We'll go kind of position by position and look at the strengths, weaknesses, what they have to do. So we'll get into a lot of college football. Also, we didn't talk much draft today, but one last time you and I'll get to work together, we'll talk a little bit about the draft. And that's where we've been over the course of the program today. The scores now, Justin Rose bogeyed 18. We told you he blocked his drive into the right, kind of the right tree area, and pine straws and pine trees wound up making bogey. So he finished by shooting 65 today. He was 7 under par. By far the best round of the day. Corey Connors and Scotty Scheffler both shot 68. They're 4 under. Rory McIlroy now is at 4 under. He's the one guy that could still go lower. He is on number 15, so he's got 15, 16, 17, and 18 left to play. And those are the scores today. I'd love to see Rory back in the. I'd love to see Rory in the mix. I think it's great. I like Rory. I like who he is. I think it'd be great to see him back in the mix. I've always thought, not just me. Most of us have agreed, golf's better when the big name guys are playing well, and he's the name you know the best on the tour right now.
I mean, a Hall of Fame career goes without saying, but the one thing he is missing is a green jacket. Do you think he needs a Masters to add or finish his legacy, if you will?
Well, yeah, he's going to have a great legacy either way. I mean, he's won a ton of tournaments. 28, I think he's won. He's won a bunch of majors. He's won the Players multiple times. But yeah, to complete the picture, go get them all. Then you've got the career Grand Slam. That's pretty good stuff. Yeah. So I think he'll get one. I think he might win this one. I mean, he is playing as good a golf right now as anybody anywhere. So he's playing really well. So we'll see. Rick Ballou comes in just a second. What do you do between shows? You go get a workout in, do calisthenics. Big jumping jacks guy, are you?
Well, much more now than I was a year ago this time. I can assure you of that, 100 pounds lighter. But no, I'm actually going to go meet up with my wife, my mom, and Little Hack, and we're going to have some dinner. Okay. They're going to meet us over in the Tinseltown area.
Okay.
So we're going to do that and come back for a Hacker After Dark at 8 o'clock.
So you just kill time. You go see the fam.
Pretty much.
You go to the ice skating rink.
Oh, yeah, do that.
When's that again? That till Monday?
Every Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Every Tuesday. Yeah, every Tuesday. Well, I should say that for 3 more weeks. And then he wants to take a hockey class. And I said,
love that.
We're going to see how he's skating first before we want to do hockey. But he's skating pretty well after 3 weeks on the ice.
So you're not going to let him do hockey?
If he can stay on his feet. I'm not going to have him out there and falling all over the place. He needs to learn how to skate first.
I can see you as the hockey dad. Right up on the glass, yelling.
We've put him in flag football, soccer, dodgeball. I mean, he's not going to be much of a basketball player, I don't think.
Yeah.
His dad's 5'7", his mom's 4'10". I don't think he's destined for basketball.
I was going to say I don't think he's going to be a forward or a center.
No, I don't think basketball's in his future, but he's trying out all this stuff. T-ball maybe in a year or two.
Yeah.
Well, we're kind of going to hit the gamut and see what we got.
You put a baseball uniform on him. Now you're talking.
Yeah, well, then I'll get him involved with you then.
Yeah,
he'll go over to San Souci and make it happen.
We'd love to have him wherever he shows up. We would love to have him. No question about it. Tomorrow on the program, we will. The spring game is on Saturday. We will kind of go through the positions. I mean, if they're going to be a pretty good football team, I'm still caught on basketball. If they're going to be a pretty good football team, I'll be curious what rooms are strong and which ones aren't. They got a lot of good rooms. Now, look, the potential injury to DJ Lagway could trump all of it.
Sure.
Because the other quarterbacks, Aiden Warner and Harrison Bailey, probably aren't very good. So that would trump it. I even think if he couldn't play, you wonder if you try and get Tramel Jones ready.
I think Tramel Jones would be the angle you might go. Now, Bailey's the transfer from Louisville. There might be something there. Yeah. I saw enough of Aiden Warner last year. But Tramel Jones would be intriguing to me.
All right, fair. All right, so go enjoy your family. Dinner with mom, your wife, your kid.
Yep.
Have a good time. I'll see you tomorrow one last time.
Thanks, Frank.
All right, let's say hello to Rick Ballou.
Now, the 2-minute drill. Serviced by Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. Locally owned and operated. We're your neighbors. CoolCatsJacks.com.
The coolest cats in town.
Justin Rose went low today, Rick.
The Englishman.
Yes, he did. He shot 7 under par, 65. I know you're a big Rory fan. Rory's still on the golf course at
Rory's
4 under.
Playing well, it's scary.
He's playing really well.
Yeah.
As is Scotty Scheffler. What do you think? What caught your attention today on day one?
You know what I learned today? Justin Rose has set the record now of 5 for first-round leads at the Masters.
I didn't know that.
5 times.
Is that right?
Yeah. Jack Nicklaus held it at 4, and he was nearly flawless today until 18. So everything's going to change, though. Apparently rain tonight, and then it's going to get a little uncomfortable. Coming up on Saturday as well. They're not expecting any rain, but obviously with those Sunday pin placements and just the pressure of this event. I'm not surprised that Scotty and Rory are there. That's been one of the fascinating questions all week. What would you take, Scotty, Rory, or the field?
Right.
By the percentages, I would take the field, but when we made our picks, I picked Scotty. So I am a hypocrite, and I'll admit it.
And we all are.
But I just love it. I mean, this is such a phenomenal event. It's all about being. There's so much elitism in this event, yet I still love it. It's like one of these guys who'll never be able to play it, and
right.
And I was lucky enough to go and cover it once back in I think it was 2013 when I did that. But it's the one event in sports where they just make you feel like you're not one of us, right, and you can't be here.
Rory McIlroy, by the way, on number 15, a par 5, just blew it over the green. And so he's laying 2, but behind the green, he was trying to obviously hit it up there and give himself a shot at Eagle at least. What's coming up tonight?
Well, all of this, I got a lot of thoughts on day one at the Masters. I've enjoyed it since early this morning. Watching it on TV, some of the special groupings and what have you. I think it's been a phenomenal first day, so we'll do that. Also, Adam Kaplan does a really good job on NFL XM Sirius Radio. He's going to join us at 6:20, get some of his thoughts on not necessarily all the Jaguars, but what do you think as far as trades in the NFL draft coming up 2 weeks from tonight? That's tough to believe.
Isn't that right?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Wow.
This time is fun. I mean, seems like yesterday the Jaguars ended their season.
I know it.
We're already in mid-April.
Draft's right around the corner.
Here.
Exactly right. All right, that'll do it. Rick Beluga's Into the Night, so don't go anywhere. That comes up right now. That'll do it for our program. Thanks to Hacker, JJ LaSelva for Hacker and JJ, and the absent Hays Carlyon. I'm Frank Frangie. See you tomorrow.
The Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't